I think I'm the only one in this group that could hit the ground running, has the experience to do it, and could negotiate the right deals for our people to keep our way of life. The Bible, Constitution. As long as it runs with those right there, we're good. If it deviates, I'm out. Our taxes are too high. Our insurance is too high. I don't like that I pay close to $7,000 a month in insurance for my lot. I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
I'd really like to have some of that money back. So we got to figure out why this is costing so much money. Why these things? What can we do to fix it?
Hey guys, welcome back to SOGtv. I have a guest that I just had on the other day, but he wouldn't allow me to say it then, but now I can say it. He is running for District 8 in the Senate race here in Oklahoma. And I just want to dig a little deeper, see what exactly he's about. So welcome back, Hoss.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. Well, like you said, I'm running for...
Sorry, it's driving me nuts.
Okay. I'm running for State Senate, District 8, which is from Okemah to Weber Falls. So Fusky, Okmulgee, McIntosh, and some of Muskogee County. Okmulgee, Henrietta, like I said, Eufaula, Warner, Porm Landing, Porm, Shakota, Haskell. There's several towns, quite a few counties involved in District 8. It's my district has the longest stretch of I-40 of all the districts. So the majority of our, I'd say concentration is along I-40.
Yeah.
A lot of rural towns, a lot of rural problems that hopefully we can make a difference.
A lot of drugs.
Try to fix. I'm sure there's some drug use there. I'm sure there's some.
Sorry, the cop was coming out. There's a lot of drugs on I-40.
Yeah. There's a lot of everything.
Yeah.
There, and so a lot of issues that hopefully we can get fixed and get taken care of. And if you know anything about me, I've been a small business owner in Shakota for 45 now, so 25 plus years. I started when I was 19. I've started a few businesses from scratch. It's not easy. It's not for the faint of heart. And I have a special place in my heart for all small business people. I would just say, if you go into a small business and the owner is the operator and they are there, and you see something in there that you appreciate or like, please tell them, because it means the world to them. Because they are not rich. And, people think they are, but they're not. They're struggling, and most of our area is seasonal. So in the winter months, they're really, really struggling. So just be nice to them. Go use them and buy as much as you can from them and stuff. Use them for as many things as you can. And because I'm telling you right now, they're the ones writing the checks for your baseball teams, and you're donating, and they're showing up to the pie auctions, and they're the ones that are driving the community and helping out with everything. So I've been doing that for the majority of my life. And then about 10 years or so ago, I got the mayor in Shakota put me on the Industrial Development Authority in Shakota, which is like economic development, which is in charge of trying to recruit business and commerce to your city. Okay. We have some ground already that we've been working with, trying to recruit folks to that specific spot on the north and south end of Shakota. In the private sector, in Hoss's world, if I want a piece of property, I go to the bank. I tell banker man that I'm qualified and we need to get this deal done. They go through the approval process, the appraisal process, title work, get the loan done. In 45 days, hopefully maybe 60 days, it's a done deal. In the municipality and in government, it takes a lot longer. So the property that we've been working on for this industrial tract in Shakota, it has been 8 years. That's how long it's taken. But there's a lot more to account for. You're not spending your money. You're spending taxpayers' money.
Yeah.
And you're doing it on behalf of them to help, increase tax dollars, revenue, jobs, all these things. So you have to be a little more careful with it and stuff, because if you're spending my money, you're going to be a little more careful than you would be if you're spending your own. I would hope anyway, because I am. And so we have a board. We have a meeting every the last Thursday of every month at 11 o'clock at Shakota City Hall. We also have to come up with creative incentive programs to incentivize a company to come to Shakota. This has given me a very unique a point of view and a specialty or a skill, I guess you would say, for these kind of opportunities, because we've been through a few of them already. The South Industrial Tract, which is right, it butts up to I-40, to be more marketable, needs an access road, which is what we've been working on for a very long time. But we now have, I'm glad to say, we now have the engineering. We're in the engineering phase. I worked with Ernie, who's the former director of EODD. He helped get us some funds from the Department of Commerce to help with those engineering plans and stuff. So there's a lot of things that I've been doing for the last decade or 25 plus years that I think qualifies me a little more than the others for this job when it comes to economic development and things like that. Now, of course, I want to help out our law enforcement, our rural fire departments. So I'll be fighting hard for those guys too. Education, the whole 9 yards. But the other thing I want to talk about is in the lake area, which, like I said, we live in a tourism area, in the Lake Eufaula area and anywhere else that has that. You're going to have a lot of tourism, and a lot of folks from like the city will retire here and move here, or if it's just regular families. And there's a need for more housing. I know Shakota and Eufaula for sure need more housing. I'm assuming that Henrietta, Okmulgee, Okemah, and all these other towns need it as well, including Warner. I know Warner does. So infrastructure is an issue. A lot of our smaller, rural, very rural water departments don't have the infrastructure in place for another 200, 300, 400 homes. So I've got to figure out how to get those funds available to those departments to where they can upgrade their systems to where they can handle an increase in water and sewer. Electric, not a big deal. Roads, they'll build them all day long. Water and sewer is the two main issues as far as infrastructure goes on those housing developments. And not just housing developments, commercial developments, the whole 9 yards. So I think that I can help drive that. And with that growth, you'll have the rural fire departments. These guys don't get paid. Mm-hmm. Right now, there's a law in the book says that they got to take this mandatory training and stuff, which training is good. They're all for training, but it's mandatory. But most of these guys have jobs. They have jobs, they have families. And it's hard for them to get out and go do this mandatory training and stuff. So training, not a problem. Then they want to do it and stuff. We just got to be just got to approach it a little differently for the rural volunteer fire department guys. A lot of the rural volunteer fire departments have old brush trucks, and they're not as reliable as they need to be. I believe they get a certain amount of the sales tax for the county and stuff, but most of it usually it's got to be spread out amongst a lot of different volunteer fire departments, where it comes to about $1,500, $1,800 a month, which is great. They need it, but that'll basically pay the upkeep on, the firehouses and some of the, but it won't pay for gas.
I saw a truck the other day. Can't remember the town, but the truck was from the 70s.
Yeah, 70s and 80s is pretty common. Square body Chevys, and stuff like that. They do get occasionally some grants and stuff from the forestry department and things like that, where they get donated trucks and things, which is fantastic. We don't knock that by no means, but I think there's more that needs to be done. Because right now, if there's a problem in rural Oklahoma, it's a volunteer fire department that's coming.
Yeah.
And it ain't just got to be a fire. I mean, granddad fell or something like that. They send out the fire and rescue guys to come help them out. There is a ton of really good people that really care about their community, that volunteers their time to do this. And they don't ask for anything in return. They just go out and they fight these fires. They help these folks and stuff like that. So they're very special people to me. I've been on a couple of volunteer fire departments over the years. I'm not currently because I've moved into town. But when I was in the country or in the county and stuff, I was on the FAIC, and I was on, also went over to Lot of Water, which is a great name for a fire department.
Yeah.
Lot of Water.
They need
But it's on Lot of Water Road right there just outside of Shakota. I think it's like the best name ever. Anyway.
I lived on Lot of Water Road when I was a kid.
A lot of water, and it's a lot of water fire department stuff. Best thing ever. Anyway, it was the same issue with everything else, funding. So I'll try to. Senator Thompson that has vacated the seat, the reason why we're able to run for the seat, did a really good job working with rural fire departments, and I'm going to continue that and maybe even take it up an extra gear. So I'm excited for the chance to help my fire department guys. Also, school choice I think is a good deal because it gives parents that may not live in a good area a chance to get their children a good education at a good school. Also, I feel like it holds the bad schools accountable a little bit. They got to step their game up. Can't just slide by anymore. But I will say that the majority of school faculty, administration, are really good people, and they care about your kids. They are not doing it for the money either. These are good people. My wife is included in that. She's a high school counselor at Warner. That's where my kids go to school at. She's been there for, I think, 17 years or something like that. And I know firsthand the struggles that they go through on a day-to-day basis with not just parents, but the students, and not just the parents and students, but also the bureaucracy and stuff. So there's a lot to work on there as well. Obviously, small business, our taxes are too high. Our insurance is too high. I don't like that I pay close to $7,000 a month in insurance for my lot. I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
I'd really like to have some of that money back. So we got to figure out why this is costing so much money. Why these things? What can we do to fix it? There's a million issues. You got to pick a couple and go hard on them, and then you got to try when you have time to address all the rest of them. I'm going to try to address all of them as equal as I can and do as much as I can. Being a small business owner with the background I've had, I run several businesses at once. I can't have one thing to do and be a sane person. I have to have a lot going on for my mind to work correctly. And so I think this is a great job for me. I think this is a great opportunity for me. I think that with, Senator Fricks is a friend of mine. State Representative Tim Turner and State Representative Neil Hayes are all friends of mine. I think all of our districts butt up against each other and stuff and overlap. And so we could get a lot of good work done fast. I think I'm the only one in this group that could hit the ground running, has the experience to do it, and could negotiate the right deals for our people to keep our way of life. The Bible, the Constitution. As long as it runs with those right there, we're good. If it deviates, I'm out. Okay, so this is not rocket science. This is common sense, it drives me crazy that a lot of these common sense issues are having to be talked about.
Yeah.
Like how is it an issue? It's common sense. So I'm just excited to get up there and do the best I can for our area. I've been here my whole life. I've lived in Shakota my whole life. My wife's been there since she was 4 or 5. My family's been there since forever. 4th generation. I grew up in a small business My mom and dad owned a salvage yard out west of Shakota. They've been in other things, properties and things like that. So I think that with all that experience of the things I've been through and the pie auctions, we've done a ton of pie auctions. I had an idea one time. I called my mayor, our mayor. I called him and another friend of mine. I said, let's have lunch. We got to lunch. I said, what does this town need, like, that can make an impact right now? And it was about 7 or 8 years ago. And they said, I don't know what. And I said, a splash pad. We need a splash pad. Because splash pads were going in all these big cities. And so I said, we need a splash pad. And so I said, what do we got to do to get it? And the mayor, he said, I'll do some research on it. Well, he came back to me and said, man, a splash pad was like 120, 130 grand.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I got $500. No. I said, well, we need to start raising some money then. So we had the only thing I know how to do is I had a pie auction where we sold a lot of pies and a lot of baked goods.
Expensive pies.
Yeah, it was expensive pies. And then we had a car show. Me and David Prince put on a car show and raised money that way. And then I sold fireworks. I had a fireworks tent.
Didn't you use something? I used to have something, not to mean to interrupt you, like the cruise nights.
Yeah, we still.
I remember that
yeah,
when I was younger.
We still do cruise nights. Yeah,
I didn't go because I was.
I've been doing the cruise nights for close to 20 years. Yeah. But I raised money with the fireworks and stuff like that. So all the proceeds from the fireworks stand went to this project. When we were sitting down with just those 3 deals, we raised $15,000 or $20,000, which is 10% of what we needed.
Yeah.
But it was enough to get the city to say, hey, we'll put in another 45 or 50 or whatever it was. And then Carrie Underwood, who is from Shakota. She
is?
Yeah, she put in the rest and we got it done. So we were able, with her money support, and the city support, and then the support of all the local businesses and all the people that came to those events, we were able to put a splash pad in, which is, it's fantastic. It's a great splash pad. We'll eventually, enlarge it and things like that and keep going as the demand hits. But so I've been involved in community projects. I can tell you right now, not enough people put an importance on your local Lions Club, your Masonic Lodge, your American Legion. Those groups provide scholarships, like glasses for I think the Lions Club does. American Legion helps out your veterans. These are the people, the volunteers that go and become a part of those associations. They're the ones that are helping your community out and doing what they can to hold things together. Yeah. I don't think, all they have, as far as I know, all they have is fundraising and things like that. I know that the Lions Club has I think they sell ribs or something like that every year. Masonic Lodge has their breakfasts and stuff like that. Yeah. They need help. They need younger members. A lot of these groups have a lot of, elderly members and that's okay because those guys, have time to put into it and stuff. A lot of the younger folks don't, because nowadays everything, because of Biden, it's so expensive and inflation is so high. Thank God Trump got elected, because that's all hopefully going to come down. But both people in the relationship have to work now. Sometimes have multiple jobs. So you can't you don't have any time. Yeah. You can't be linked to these social groups as much as you want to, because you have to work so hard.
Yeah.
And so I'd like to see some of that change and get back to more of a family, cohesive group and stuff, just because you don't have to, not everybody has to have 4 jobs to get along. Yeah. So I'd really like to see, kind of like Elon and Vivek is doing with the Doge, with the U.S. government. I think we can do that at the state level too. Yeah. I'd like to see how we could cut some wasteful spending and stuff. I know, from what I can tell, they've done a really good job with the budget. There's a gigantic surplus and stuff. They have a rainy day fund, the whole 9 yards, and that's fantastic. But I'm pretty sure there's still a lot that could be cut. So I want to say one other thing. If nothing else gets done, if I get elected and nothing else gets done, I'm getting Warner a stoplight if it kills me.
You need a stoplight.
If it kills me, I'll get Warner a stoplight right there where you go from Connors State College over to the school and to the church and stuff. There's so much traffic right there. I've got a friend of mine. His daughter was in a wreck there just a few weeks ago.
Wow.
So if I can get them a stoplight, I'll feel like I've accomplished something. But anyway, I'm just joking. But I am going to get them a stoplight. But there's so much other stuff to be done.
So why? I mean, it's a common question now because anybody that pays attention to Trump and stuff, Senator does not pay very much at all. It really doesn't.
No, it's a pay decrease.
And if you're
it's a pay decrease for me.
Yeah, if you're an owner operator of your own businesses, which you are, I mean, I joke around saying you're too much of an asshole not to be.
Yeah.
In a good way, asshole.
Yeah.
But you like to take charge. You like things to run smoothly, and why would you take that pay increase? Which your businesses, I've stayed close to watching you grow your businesses and stuff because we went to high school together and everything. And I know that your businesses can actually operate without you. Yeah, but they run better.
Right, I've done that on purpose. Everything I do is a strategy and well thought out. I try to think things out as well as I can.
Yeah.
I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I try my best to plan things, a year, 2 year, 5 years in advance. Did not see Senate. That was not on my bingo card.
Yeah,
that wasn't on my bingo. I didn't plan that, but I have it to where the business can run without me being there full time. I will be there on Thursday afternoons, Fridays, and Saturdays. So I'll be there 3 days a week, in and out probably because I'm sure we'll have a lot to do. But because in Senate, while you're in session, it's Sunday through Thursday morning, and then you come home. But you're only in session for 4 months, so the majority of the year I'll be at the dealership. Yeah. I'll be officing there, assuming I get elected, and working out of that spot. I'm sure I'll be taking meetings there and everything. I'll try to have everything focused on that spot right there if I can. Yeah. So unless I have to do something else, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure that's what, as far as I know, that's the way it's going to work. So, anyway, yeah. Sorry, I got lost there.
It's all right. I
forgot where I was going with this.
So
very well played.
Yeah. Well, that's a common question. You're going to be taking a pay cut and everything.
Yeah, it's going to eat up a lot of my time too. But I think so I've enjoyed my work in Shakota in the city, for the city there, and I got Taco Bell there. I got the splash pad there. I'm working on getting this access road for the Industrial Development Authority and stuff like that. Taco Bell provided 40-something jobs. I had no idea it had that many jobs, but it did. And they're, maybe not great jobs, but they're starter jobs. And
in a town of 3,500, that's a lot of jobs.
In a town of a bunch of, we graduate several high school students every year that needs a job like that. And I think I was pretty happy to be able to provide it. Hopefully we can do more in the future. So I think with that right there, I have an opportunity and I have a duty, to be honest with you, to help take my skills that I have developed and learned and help the whole district. All these towns connect to Shakota in some way or another, and all the towns that are in my district I go to all the time, for different reasons, ball games mostly and stuff like that. But and then some business and others. But I think that I can help more people on a bigger scale because of my experience that I've had being a business owner, owning multiple businesses, and the work I've done on the boards that I'm on. I'm on not just the Industrial Development Authority, but I'm also on the Options Board, which is where we help mentally and physically handicapped folks find jobs. Most of them is recycling, which we do there, collecting bottles and stuff. And then I'm also on the Katy Depot tourism board and stuff. So I try to help them with fundraising. I help, Options with making decisions, and then also anything that anything ag related, 4-H, FFA, I've always been a huge supporter of. I go to all everybody has pie auctions, and then they have sales and stuff like that also. And you can always find me there. And if I'm not buying it, I'm bidding them up. Making them pay more. So our ag producers are someone that has to be, people that have to be protected, obviously. I want to help them be more successful. These solar farms are eating up a lot of good farm ground and stuff. So, that's shrinking our footprint.
You're going to another meeting, aren't you? I mean, you've been to one, but you're going to more than one meeting for the windmills.
Yeah. So at the Capitol next Tuesday, when I'll be at the Capitol, I'll file then, and then that morning, I believe they're having a big windmill meeting where Attorney General Drummond will be speaking. I think Neil will be speaking. There's a whole list of legislators that'll be speaking at that meeting. It'll probably be a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Probably have some TV crews there, I'm sure. So you got to be a part of it.
Yeah, a lot of people are pretty ignorant about the windmill.
Hey, me too, honestly. But I think obviously the windmills are bad. For a tourism standpoint, a water standpoint, like a lot of the folks in the rural area don't have rural water; they have well water.
Yeah,
and with the aquifers that we have under our feet, if there's a chance they could contaminate that water and it get over to the well water folks, it would hit them first. Now it feeds also. I know that the rural water departments and stuff, but they have the water treatment facilities and things like where it won't be as bad. But the well water folks, that's the source.
Yeah, and they a lot of people don't understand the chemicals that are sprayed onto the windmills are actually outlawed everywhere else. Yeah. They allow them to spray them on the windmills, and that chemical, just a drop in a lake, would contaminate the lake. It's bad.
I don't know the specifics on all that. Yeah. I just know that there's no good answer to them because on one hand you have nobody wants windmills because they don't want to look at them, right? And it's bad for everything. On the other hand, you have people saying property rights. I can do whatever I want to with my property rights. And hey, that's right. You can until your property rights infringe on my property rights.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So how do you run down the middle on this thing and kill the windmills, but don't kill property rights, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Representative Tim Turner and Representative Neil Hayes, both friends of mine, great people, great guys, patriots for sure. They are introducing a couple different bills with setbacks. What that means is any of Biden's green energy has to be 2 to 2.5, maybe 3 miles setback from a natural water source above or below ground and counts the aquifers and everything else. It's not the nail in the coffin answer, but it's a really good start, and it gets us moving in the right direction to where hopefully we can discourage that Canadian company from coming in here and building these wind turbines, because these things are 700 foot tall.
Yeah.
That's
I've heard they get up to 750, but yeah, about that. That's huge.
And 100 foot in the ground.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to see these things from outer space.
Yeah. 10 feet is one story. So you're talking about 70, 75 stories.
So they're taller than the ones in Western Oklahoma.
Yeah.
By, I think, a few hundred feet.
I think they only go to like 350, 400 feet there.
So these are they're twice the size of the ones in Western Oklahoma. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't want those in our area. I mean, it's not going to be in my backyard by no means, but it's going to be down the road for me. And I think that we live in the most beautiful part of the state.
Yeah.
I don't want to change that landscape at all. I mean, we already have cell phone towers and billboards, which is bad enough. But let's leave it at that. No more solar panels, no more wind turbines. Let's leave this pretty side of the state pretty.
Yeah.
And let's hopefully not disturb any groundwater. Let's hopefully not disturb any of the animals. And especially, the energy don't even come to us.
Yeah.
They're shipping the energy to Texas and to, as far as I know, Tennessee.
Yeah.
I mean, it's different if you said, hey, your your energy bills because of these windmills are going to go down from $300 to $50.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, well, you probably have some more people on board.
Yeah.
I mean, because then it affects them.
Yeah.
It powers their house, whatever. But this don't.
Yeah. They're only paying off the richest landowners, the ones that could actually cause a problem for them with attorneys, to pay them off. And then I say pay them off by leasing their land.
Yeah.
They're under contract, so they can't do a lot of things.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I think that, they killed that corridor, the electric line corridor. They killed that up in Cimarron or Ofusky or somewhere. Creek County, I think. Anyway, so this is on their radar as well. I think this meeting Tuesday, the 7th, at the Capitol will be a good meeting for them to have. And it'll have a lot of the legislatures eyeballing it and saying, hey, we don't need this either. Let's keep this out of here. I think, to be honest with you, I think with Trump coming in, and he's going to try to get rid of all the green agenda anyway, I think they're going to lose the government subsidies that they were going to get, because they're only about, from what I hear, they only have about 50% or so of the property they need leased. The rest of the people are holding out.
Yeah.
This is, it's just scary that they're talking about eminent domain and things like that. And, it's just not what we want. And here's another unfortunate thing is the windmills are bad and we don't want them, but it's also making all the conversation be about the windmills. There's plenty of other problems in our area. I really like a pet project for me would be the main streets in downtown cities like Okemah, Okmulgee, Henrietta, Shakota, and Haskell and Eufaula all have what I like is the old downtown buildings, and we're losing inventory every year to fires or collapse or whatever. I'd like to see some of the Main Street committees or however we want to say it, groups and stuff, get more funding and stuff from tourism or Department of Commerce to restore those. Not complete restore, but like maybe windows and roofs, where the property owner can come in and do the insides or the exteriors or whatever the way they want to do it. But we would help with like doors and windows and roofs, because that's the most expensive part. I know this because I put my money where my mouth is. I bought the old City Hall building in Shakota, the original City Hall building. It's a 2-story building, and the most expensive thing on it is the windows and the roof. And that's what keeps a lot of people from reinvesting in those buildings is the expense, that big expenses. You can figure on those windows are $1,500 to $2,500 a piece.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, well, you got a building that's got 50, 60 windows. My building has 39 windows. And that's a big chunk of money. Where you could put that money into the inside and stuff like that and make it operable, make it to where it goes back on the tax roll as far as selling retail items or whatever, office, lease the space, instead of being just an old downtown building that's empty because there's no money to fix it up.
Yeah.
It's just a disgrace to me, and I cringe every time I see an old building about to collapse or that has collapsed. And there's a lot of them in these little towns and stuff. So I don't know. That's just a passion project of mine that I would like to see some help on, you know what I mean? I don't know. I just think that Okmulgee probably has the best inventory of old buildings and stuff, and they've been putting some money into those buildings and fixing them up. Most of it is all private, but there's a couple of sisters in Okmulgee that do a really good job with the Main Street group and stuff. And they've been getting some funding and some awareness and things and some investment in those buildings. And I think that I'd probably lean on them a little bit for some more info. But I'd like to help out some of these other towns and their buildings. I know Eufaula's lost 3 buildings in the last 2 years.
Wow.
Wagner just lost a bunch. Muskogee, they're tearing them down left and right. And I just think that that's insane.
Yeah. A lot of people that I've spoke with, and listened to lean heavily on a lot of people running for offices tend to lean heavy on the fact that they're small business owners. But
pretty good reason for that.
Yeah.
It gives you a unique set of tools in your tool belt that you can lean on and use.
It's not easy to be, if you're a successful small business owner, that means that you've beat out most people. Yeah. Most people don't succeed. They try and then fail and they quit trying.
What it means is you're a good multitasker.
Yeah.
That's what it means. Yeah. And it usually means you got a pretty good backbone. It usually means you got to put up with a bunch of crap. And it usually means that you're focused.
Yeah.
You're focused. A lot of crap going on. You got a lot of adversity. You got a lot of costs you didn't know you were going to have, that you have to overcome. You're leveraged most of the time. And so it's very tough. Not only is it tough to be in business, you're likely to fail. So you have to face that reality all the time. And then if you don't fail and you make it and you succeed, then you got the haters on Facebook sometimes. You got to deal with that too. I've dealt with it all. You just figure that's their opinion and you do the best you can to make this situation right. And you figure out you can't please everybody and you just move along, you know what I mean? But there's a lot of good people out there that are in small businesses or even large businesses that go to work every day and crush it. And they're very important to me.
No, a lot of people don't understand politics. A lot of it has to do with negotiations.
Mm-hmm.
It's simple. You can't go in there expecting to get everything you want and other people not getting what they want.
That's right. So if you're buying a tractor from me, I've got to find out what it is that you need, right? Mm-hmm. What is important to you? Where do you put value at? Okay. And then value to me is obviously making a sale and making the profit on the tractor, but it's a lot like that. So there's things you need, and there's things that I need. Well, to get things done, we both have to see value in the deal.
Yeah.
Well, being around as many people as I've been around and as many customers I've had in my life, and as many deals I've had to do on, say, properties or whatever, or industrial development, everybody's got to feel like they're getting a win, or it's not a good deal, it doesn't work out, things like that. So I would be able to I have a lot more experience negotiating deals and getting things done than a lot of other folks do. That's why I feel like this is the right time for me to get involved. I have several friends that are already in the legislature, so I think we'll be able to get things done faster.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to do. I don't want to go up there and wait around for a year. I want to go up there and get started. I'm ready to get after it. I'm pumped. I'm energized. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
I don't want to screw around. I want to get up there and do some good. And I want to be able to see the difference I've made.
Yeah.
See what I mean? Like, there's got to be some things happen to where people can say, look, this guy's up there and he's working. He's working for us. He's making sure that we're safe. Our way of life is safe. And I mean, I don't think that you can beat that, to be honest with you. See the fruits of your labor. Because I'm risking a lot doing this. My family, Yeah. I got 2 girls at home that are, one's 14, one's 11. And so this should be like kind of the point of life where like we're, kind of slowing down a little bit and going within all these ball games and doing all this stuff and schoolwork and blah, blah, blah. And I'm still going to do as much of that as I can, but I feel like there's something more for me to do. My family understands that. They're good with it. Matter of fact, they're encouraging it. And so I think that I can balance all of it together. Good family life, good work life, and then go up there and fight my butt off for you.
Do you plan on getting richer from doing this?
I don't think that's the way it works. Unless there's something I don't know. I don't know, but I don't think that's the way it works. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
going on getting poorer.
I mean, if you do it right, I think that's what happens is you end up not making as much money because you could make a lot more money in your own personal business.
I am secure and I am good. I'm happy with what I've got going on right now. So it is not about that for me. Like I said, I'm not sure that's the way that works.
Yeah.
But unless there's something I don't know. But I think you'll get I think at some point you get some support based off of what your beliefs are, and if there's other people that aligns with you and stuff, I think you get some support. But which would be awesome, because then like I've gotten some support from some people that I've known my whole life in the last week and things. They've wrote me some checks for my campaign, and I'm telling you right now, it means the world to me. I was so excited when I started getting some checks and stuff to help with the campaign, because this is not cheap. This is going to cost a lot of money to get. You're going to spend a bunch of money to get a low-paying job. Yeah. So when these folks started donating stuff to my campaign, it's very special and very humbling to you. It will make you really think, this is serious. These people believe in me. It also makes you proud that they believe in you and stuff, but you start thinking, hey, this is serious. We got to do the best we can do. Yeah. These folks are counting on me and believe that I can do this. And so it's all this stuff is new to me. I'm not a politician. I've never been a politician. I've been just living my life, doing the best I can for me and my community and my family. And these are the skills that I've picked up along the way. All of this stuff is new to me, including asking somebody for money. Yeah. I've never done that and not given something in return. Yeah. And so they're doing it on the belief that I'm going to go up and have their best interest in mind, which I am. And so I just think there's something incredibly moving about that and humbling. And I just can't explain it, to be honest with you. Yeah. How amazing a feeling it is to have somebody write you a check from their hard-earned money, believing that you're the guy that can go up there and continue the fight for them. It's just the most amazing thing ever. Is the majority of the funds you're getting, is it from just regular folks, or are we talking about companies? No companies. It's all folks. Yeah. No, these are farmers. These are real estate agents. These are, they may be small business owners or something like that, but mostly just regular people that I've known for a long time that have seen me do what I've been sitting here explaining to you that I've done my whole life. People that would be at June's restaurant. That's right. And these people believe that I can go up there and make a difference, and I can make a difference fast. And I believe the same thing, or I wouldn't be doing it. There's no way that I'd be putting my family through this, or myself, to be honest with you. I had 5 meetings before I got here today. There's no way I'd be doing this if I didn't think I could get up there and make a difference quick. I think the reason why I can is because of my skill set that I've developed over the last 20 years. Yeah. I think also that my connections and stuff that I have there already will, because my district helps their district, we all connect together and stuff. I think that also will play a huge part in us being able to get things done faster and better. I'm excited about the opportunity to do this. This is the people that, not talked me into this, but approached me with this. I want to make them proud and stuff. So I'm just excited. I'm excited to get going, and hopefully, I will tell you though, I am not good at public speaking. They get me in a public forum, they do a really good job. I'm going to look like a complete idiot, but I'm good at one-on-one and telling you what I think. But man, you got a knack for talking, so yeah. It just pours out. I'm sorry, but it does. Once you realize it's just talking to people, it's just talking to people. But why? What's your thoughts about mudslinging? Yeah, I haven't heard you say one bad thing about any of the other people running, and there's a few people running. Yeah, so I know of 3. I don't know them all personally. I've met one of them, and that's it. And he and his wife seem like some really sweet people. Yeah. They seem really nice. The other gentleman, I don't know him, but I have friends that know him. Oh. And according to them, he's a great guy. Yeah. I don't know the other gentleman at all. The farmer or rancher, whatever. Yeah. I don't know him at all. The other 2 gentlemen seem like good people. Wow. And I'm not going to say anything bad about them other than the fact that I think I have more experience than them. I think I can get more work done up there than them. I have the same values. Seem like we all have the same values. Yeah. We all love God. We all love Trump. We all love, we don't want to kill any babies or anything like that. So, we all want to protect the rural way of life and things. I think that the windmills affect me and the people I know a little more than it does the other two because they're not really in that area, and all of my friends and family are. But that doesn't mean that they're less concerned about it and stuff. So I don't know. I just think that there's nothing bad to say about the men. They both seem to be good men. All three actually seem sorry, but the only two that I know of seem to be good men. The only issue is I'm a good guy too, but I have the experience that I think will make a difference up there faster.
Yeah,
that's it.
Well, I'm not going to keep you any longer because I could. I have a lot of questions that I could ask, but
we can just keep doing these things.
Yeah, I'll just do it later because I know you're a really busy person.
Yeah.
And so, but
that's right.
I'm excited. I mean, I really am. I'm thoroughly excited just because I know you personally.
Yeah.
And I've seen what you've done. It's not about being a successful businessman. It's very important to me, but there's a lot of successful business people that make horrible politicians. And unfortunately, when you get in Senate and stuff, you can't say, I'm not a politician, because there is a certain amount of politics involved. You've got to understand people.
There's a certain amount of politics working at the city.
Yeah.
Doing the city stuff. There's a certain amount of politics there. There's council members and stuff that you've got to go, talk to a little bit. And
you do remember I pissed off the mayor, right? I worked for the city once.
Oh, I'm sure he's forgotten all that. But
I'm sure not.
Anyway, when it comes down to all this stuff, is common sense.
Yeah.
Just have some common sense.
Yeah.
Be as nice as you can be. I'm old enough. I'm older than the other two, I believe. Oh, the three. I'm sorry. No, the one guy, he may be older now.
Yeah.
But the other two that I know of, the ones that I pay attention to the most, I'm older than them, I think. And so I think that I have more experience than them in what would do good up here. But I'm not going to change my ways. I'm not going to go up there. I don't have any politician-like ambitions in my life. I don't really want to be a politician, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go up there. I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to fight hard for my community and my district. And then I'm going to come back to being a tractor salesman. Like on Thursday, I'm back to being a tractor guy. I'm going to have my little Massey Ferguson hat on. I'm going to do my thing. And anybody will be able to come in and talk to me at any time. My cell phone number is 918-617-3477. Been that way since the year 2000. And a lot of people have it. A lot of people call it.
Yeah.
The thing you get with me is transparency, or I guess more so access.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be too busy for you. I may be busy at the moment, but I'll call you back.
Yeah.
Or really, honestly, just stop by the dealership and I'll see you. I'll have a meeting with anybody. I'll talk to anybody. I don't care.
Yeah.
You got a different opinion than me? Hey, one of the guys that wrote me a big check, he's a Democrat.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
I mean, he don't like Trump, but he has these core values that align with a lot of my core values, which is, rural life and all this stuff. And so, I mean, listen, we all just got to get along.
Yeah.
Just everybody calm down.
At the end of the day,
Have some common
most
sense.
of us, we want the same thing. We just think of different ways of getting it.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Let's just calm down.
Yeah.
Let's have some common sense.
Awesome.
That's all this is.
Well, I appreciate it. I really do. And I will have you back on eventually.
Okay, we got to get Timmy Turner in here.
We got to get Timmy in here because
he's great. He's way better than I am at this, by the way.
He's always been good at talking.
He's a great talker. I'd have rambled on, but a lot of my stuff's like over here and over there and over here. I mean, it don't really make a lot of sense. His stuff makes sense. He gets to a point, finish it, point, finish it.
Yeah.
I'm point.
Yeah, he was. I mean, you were. When I found out he got into politics, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
I mean, I expected it.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Not because he's that type. It's just that he's just that good at that kind of stuff.
I'm telling you, if you ever hear him speak, I mean, he's a natural.
Yeah,
he's really good. You can ask him any question in the world. He's versed on everything.
Yeah.
He asked me a question. I got to think about it for a minute. I got to look at I got to do some research, whatever.
He's always been a smart guy.
I'm a dummy. He's smart. That's all I know.
Anyway, well, I appreciate it, guys. I mean, I look forward to watching him. Watch him real closely. You're not going to miss it. I appreciate it. Y'all just stay in love, stay in peace.
March 4th is the primary. March 4th. It's a special election. There's not a lot on the ballot. It's usually a very low voter turnout. So you've got to go to vote March 4th. That's where we get the primary done. That's who we find out is going to be our Republican nominee. There's a potential of a runoff. If so, it's the following month on April 1st, which is funny, but it is. And then the general election is in May. So March 4th. Mark your calendars. Go vote.
And I've seen people literally win by one vote.
It happens. On these special elections, anything can happen, to be honest with you. I'm just hoping to be able to drum up enough support and enough people to go vote that we get it done.
Awesome.
Hey guys, I want to personally thank everyone for liking and sharing my videos. If you want to continue to see my content, all you got to do is press that subscribe button and I'll notify you as soon as a new video comes out. I don't get paid for any of this. So if you want to buy some of my merch, like my shirts, like Jesus is a Badass or my Don't Be a Dick shirt, you can easily go to my merch store, which is at SOGtv.org, which I will have it in the description at every video. So push that, go buy yourself a shirt. I appreciate it. Have a blessed day, and I will see you at the next episode. Thank you.